He was the public face of Victoria's pandemic response. Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton had greater power over the lives of Victorians than anyone who'd held the position before him. But today's press conference was his last.
Good afternoon all. I know I'm here because I've resigned from the Department of Health.
Professor Sutton came to the job in 2019, just months before COVID-19 reached Australia. He admits it was uncharted waters, but says he did the best he could at the time.
There shouldn't be a person in the world who's been part of the public health response who wouldn't reflect on things that they would do differently, things that they regret. I'm absolutely no different in that regard.
He was the first Chief Health Officer to become a household name and to have his face on a cushion. He was constantly by the Premier's side during the pandemic response. It was a relationship that was, at times, strained.
I have a great relationship with the Premier.
The Premier today thanked Professor Sutton on Twitter, saying he helped keep us informed and, above all, safe. Others were slightly more effusive.
He was a centre of calm, measured and sensible, reassuring leadership in an environment where there was a lot of chaos and a lot of unknown.
He made the hard decisions and ultimately was to protect the community and the health workforce, so we can only ever be grateful for that.
But his input wasn't always well received. The last-minute decision to shut down the 2020 Grand Prix infuriated fans, and his backing of some of the harshest restrictions, including numerous lockdowns, the so-called Ring of Steel between Melbourne and regional Victoria, 5-kilometre travel limits and the closing of playgrounds, led to both admiration and criticism.
I'm deeply sorry for those awful hurts and harms that have played out for people that have been as a result of my decision-making. I would rather be apologising to them than to 10,000 more families who lost a parent or a grandparent or a sibling. Thank you.
And as the Sutton era ends, other key players from Victoria's pandemic response are also heading to new jobs. Former government ministers Martin Foley and Lisa Neville will head up two of the state's major public hospital boards. Sarsha Payne, ABC News, Melbourne.